Lynn Langit, and this is a short screencast showing you a bit about the new alerting functionality in SQL Server reporting services in integrated mode with SharePoint. And this is shown on SQL Server 2012 Release Candidate 0 with SharePoint Enterprise 2010. The install is really pretty complex. It took me quite a while, so there are some resources on MSDN that you're going to want to read thoroughly to make sure that you get the install correct. I'll show you the end result and then show you a couple tips about the install. So what you're looking at here, of course, is a library inside of SharePoint, and we have some reports that have been uploaded. So if I click on this report, you can see that it's going to render. And after it renders, I've configured it with a shared connection, just like you do for regular subscriptions in the data source. And now I have the ability inside of this configuration to create a data alert. So the idea here is that end users can say for their particular aspect of the report, in this case we've just got a Tablix, an alert based on data conditions. So alert me if any data has, and it's in very plain English, and then you add a rule. So let's say the order quantity is, we'll make some ridiculous amount here, or we can change that to is greater than, and then we can put in a value like 1,000,000 or something like that, just for the purposes of demonstration. And these rules are designed kind of like InfoPath and the other Office suite so that business users can just write them in English. And then how frequently they want the alert to run, and then the email address, so administrator, I'll just say at admin, oops, if I can type here, at admin.com, and I'll just say that this is a test, and then I'll say save. Now, of course, I'd have to have permissions to do this, and then I'm going to go back. And then if I want to see information about my report, there's a bunch of metadata, of course, in this content type that you can see in SharePoint. And I can manage my data alerts inside of the SharePoint environment. And here I can see my report, and I can edit it, I can delete it, or I can run it. So that's the end user experience. From a configuration standpoint, like I said, it took me quite a while to figure out how to get it set up, so I wanted to pass on a few tips to everybody here. The big thing that wasn't really intuitive, because it seems to be new in this release, is you install per the instructions, and the install is different, as I said, but once you do the install of the parts and pieces, then inside of the SharePoint administrative site, you can see I'm at Central Administration, Application Management, Managed Service Applications. What you need to do is you need to create a new reporting services service application. So that's the new integrated mode. And once you do that, then you're going to have this down here, which will activate all your features and everything, which we're used to in working with SharePoint. And you have all these various settings inside of here, the system settings that talk about the the timeout, all the sort of enterprise level management options around working with reports. Of course, this is dependent on the SQL Server agent, so you want to make sure that your agent is turned on. So this is if there were any jobs or anything that were running, you could control them centrally here. You have key management, you have an execution account, you have email settings, and you have provisioning, subscriptions, and alerts. So this is sort of the key place to do this configuration. Now back on the data side, again, it says this in the documentation, but it's important that you understand that you can only create alerts in certain conditions. For example, I have a report here with no data, and if I try to create a data alert, it's grayed out. Also, you cannot create data alerts off of reports from Power View, and you can't create them off of reports that are not stored in SharePoint, so anything stored locally. So that's 5 minutes of the new alerting functionality. And again, I would remind you to read the installation and follow the steps in MSDN, and I'll put a link with this video. And I'm Lynn Langit. For more information about data and SQL Server, go to www.lynnlangit.com.